Hello everyone, we are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are picking up pretty much right where we left off. This is the NERV 1 and our crew. You might recall from last week that we have fired them off, and they are going to be exiting Kerbin's SOI just temporarily, and orbiting the sun for a little bit. That's really the plan there. This is for science. That's all this. So we're going to start off with that, and I'm going to stay with the kind of science stream. Start thinking about, or theme. Sorry, not stream, but theme. And really looking at trying to get more science to happen in this playthrough, and trying to collect more science so that we can unlock more stuff. So they have a bit of a sloppily put together kind of science kit at the front with science equipment that I have thus far unlocked. This was pretty ill-conceived. One of the things I don't know if I'm worried about it, but I'm thinking about electricity. With Kerbalism, the materials bay here does a lot of takes a lot of electricity to run. I'm pretty sure this thing can handle it, but well, we'll find out one way or the other. I think it has enough electric charge in order to do that. And sorry, I got everything's in the wrong spot here on my window. There we go. And the other thing too, if we look over here at their supplies, they got 76 days of food. They got 75 days of oxygen, but it only says almost 17 days for water. Now their water stores are filled up. It should be longer than that, but I think the reason why it's as low as it is because they do have a water scrubber aboard. Oh, the water scrubber requires ammonia. Oh, there might be my mistake. I am just realizing that they have no form of ammonia. Oh no, it produces ammonia. Sorry. No. We might be okay. Let's go back to this. The water recycler takes electric charge and wastewater and produces ammonia and carbon. Yeah, and it produces water. And I think because there is no wastewater on here, we left it all back at the station. I just don't think that is being included in the calculation for, the number of days of water that we have. So I think we're okay. We'll have to wait and we'll have to find out. But in the meantime, there's really not much else to do but just to start time warping these folks out there. I do have an alarm set up. Why don't I get that? I'll go a little quicker than this. Going through all of our radiation belts. And I'm keeping an eye on the water. Oh, the water now says perpetual. See that? I think the water recycler just kicked in. Oh, why did the time warp stop? I'm noticing water now says perpetual. No more electric charge on the Minmus gateway. We lost control. Oh, that's the space station these folks left from. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. We're getting a coronal mass ejection. What we can do, this vessel is shielded. But one thing that actually does help with coronal mass ejections is if you put the bulk of the spacecraft between you and the sun, it does reduce the amount of energy these folks are going to be exposed to. All right. Again, let's get out there. We got 7. Oh, we keep getting the stoppages because of the coronal mass ejections. I don't know if there's something wrong in my set, because I get a lot of coronal mass ejections. It seems like I get a lot more than what I should. That's the Kerbin and the moon out that way. We're doing okay. We're fine. Yep, we got another coronal mass ejection. So the other one's gone by, and now we're in a... maybe I should look at the Kerbalism settings and try and figure that out. Okay, we are almost out of Kerbin's SOI. There's Kerbin way out that way. Alarm is about to go off. Okay, that is cool. Let's get rid of the alarm clock. Now, let's go into here. The Kerbalism, it's been a while since I've done this series and talked about the science, and to be honest, I had to remind myself of it. Kerbalism works a little bit differently with how the science works. Over here, it's telling me what science equipment I have and how much science I've collected. We're still in the high space above Kerbin, so we've collected all of it. But what we can do is put these all on. There we go. I just noticed I got 2. Oh, that takes a little bit to turn on. That's all that is. I got a 2 crew report, so it's just telling me I can't have 2 crew because I got 2 cabins. So they're all in waiting mode, and they're just sitting there waiting for the science. So nothing is being collected yet. But once we are out of here, what do we got left? Oh, we still got 4 minutes left. Okay, let's get out there. And there they go. They all should be. Oh, not all of them turning on. Let's get back to here. There we go. We have already got a telemetry report. We've already got a material study, and we got a lot. I got a mystery goo from around the sun. I don't know, when did I do that? But we are collecting a crew report. And when did I get a material study? Oh my gosh, this was a colossal waste of time bringing that thing out here. I just needed to bring the Kerbals out here. Maybe I should be checking these things before I use them. Okay, so that's... everything doesn't matter. The crew report matters. And we'll do an EVA report. And we do have our EVA science kit. Hello, Tunono and Jusk. And welcome. Okay, so... there is no materials bay. There is no... okay, fine, fine. Be that way. Okay, we got a scientist here somewhere. All my electricity worries were for nothing. Let's put this on data. We can see what we are collecting. A crew report. So we got ourselves, let's see, EVA here. And why is he on a... oh, my SAS is off. There we go. Okay. And we can do an EVA report. Clearly a surface sample. It takes 44 seconds to collect the EVA report. And I'm being asked, what are we doing? We're trying to collect science. We are now in orbit about the sun. And Dan here is... there's Kerbin way down there. And Dan here is collecting science for us. He is almost done. And we should also get an EVA experiment kit. So not as mild. 25 science. I guess that's nothing to sneeze at whenever I get from the crew report. How is she doing for radiation out here? Well, it seems to be alright. I don't see a warning. Okay, so that is now done. So let's go down here. There should be... yep. A little kit here. Pin that. Pin that. Open up her inventory. Where is... inventory? Right there. She won't need the parachute right yet. And instead what we're going to get is our EVA kit. And where is perform EVA science? And that's going to be pretty much it for science. So I thought, okay, I must have at some point launched a probe with a materials bay and a goo on it and brought it back to Kerbin, which makes sense that I would do that. I just didn't think I was that foresightful. Okay, so most of this equipment is really rather useless. That's okay. Okay, let's get her back inside. We're done. Actually, maybe we should get her parachute back before I get too far carried away with this stuff. Parachute. Kit. I'm paranoid about taking off her jetpack. That would be bad. Alright, where is... over here. Oops, I missed. And we shall board. Okay, so how are we doing here? We can transmit all this stuff. I think it's all been collected. Look over here. No, we're still doing a crew report. Let's get another 25 seconds on the crew report. And the nice thing, too, about Kerbalism is that you can transmit everything except for actual samples which we're not doing any, like the materials bay, and that would be samples. Okay, we're gonna, where are we at here? 5 seconds left on the crew report. And then all that science is going to get transmitted back. You can see it kicking up here. 17 science have been transmitted so far. But let's talk about getting themselves back to Kerbin. So we are now in orbit about the sun. And this always sort of, I always get myself a little bit confused. It seems to me, let's add a node. It seems to me I should go towards Kerbin. That seems to me to be the sensible thing to do. So that would be radial inwards, and it looks like a bit of retrograde. That makes some sense. So a little that way, a little that way. Let's focus our and get an intercept again. And I could be just completely out to lunch here with how to do this. Oh, no, I'm getting my intercept again right here. Yep, okay, so that means I should be seeing something around Kerbin. Focus view. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay. Let's put it back onto the maneuver node, and let's see if we can do this with the minimal amount of fuel. The burn's still not coming up for another 18 minutes, so... Oh, okay, so that was the wrong idea. So actually, retrograde's the wrong idea. Prograde gets me closer in. So let's zero this out. Or maybe it's just, you know what, let's just keep doing it this way. I do not want to come in on any kind of funky angle here. Be nice to come in equatorial-like, or relatively close to equatorial-like. Okay, radial seems to have the most effect. Okay, we'll do this and then we'll figure something out. We got a lot of fuel. We should be fine. Okay, so let's see. We'll make this as equatorial as we can without spending a whole crap ton of fuel. All right. You know what? We'll do this. We'll make an equatorial. We got this. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's keep our, because it's not going to take too much to get a capture. Let's keep this about 50 kilometers. I want to get, now let's go with 40. Let's, I'm going to split the difference. I'm going to go with 48. 48. There we go. I don't know why I'm picking that number. So we'll pick a periapsis of about 48 kilometers. We'll get ourselves a little capture using the atmosphere a bit to slow us down. And then we'll fix this inclination. Our target, of course, is going to be the station here. Which one? This one, our Minmus Gateway Station. We're going to set that as our target. But let's do this. So let's bring in a maneuver closer. I've lost track of what my... See if we can take a little bit off of this. There we go. Let's do it. Okay, so I just realized as well what I've been completely forgetting to use because I've been so used to playing stock is in... I got my KOS script. I should have my X-Man script aboard. Well, let's just see. List X-Man. List, period. Oh my gosh, there it is. Yep. So run the X-Man script. X-Man is execute maneuver executor thing. So this is like me not having to do anything. It's going to do it for us. It's taking control. All right. And so sort of the questions are coming up in the chat. Should we, if you want to get back into the game, should we wait for KSP2? I would always advise play this now. But maybe that's just me. Just because I know KSP2 is now 2023, but it has been pushed back a number of times. So when in 2023 or even, I mean, it was originally, I think, 2020, if I'm not mistaken. So it's already been pushed back a few years. All right, here we go. Burning, burning, burning. Is this throttle on full? It sure is. Oh my gosh. Not a trivial burn. And I would also strongly suspect that a lot of the skills that you build in KSP1 will transfer over to KSP2. I mean, they're still sticking to the whole Newtonian mechanics, do it right type space thing. So a lot of those mechanics just flat out aren't going to change. Let's see how we're doing here. You know what I didn't look at is exactly when are we going to be here? In 14 days. Okay, we can do 14 days. So let's little bit. I think I said 48. I want to keep this at. I don't know why. 48. Oh, let's back off a bit, maybe. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Look at numbers. 48. There we go. So we're coming in 48 kilometers. I just really pushed that one out of my back end. Getting the spam bots again. All right. So let's arrange this for our solar panels. And when is our SOI change coming up? Add the SOI change on just 23 minutes. I see a notification here. Oh, world's first milestones, of course. We have performed a spacewalk in orbit about the sun. Yes, we did. Okay, let's get into there. We are now back in Kerbin's SOI, and we should be setting an alarm for periapsis. Give me about 15 minutes warning. So that's in 14 days, 2 hours and 55 minutes. And I should have a time to atmosphere here. Yeah, it should be good. I'm going to quick save anyway. We are down. Oh, again, coronal mass ejections. I really got to get into the settings. I mean, we're getting one of these like every few days. That certainly can't be the right frequency for this. We're coming for you, Kerbin. You can tell how high above Kerbin's equator we are. We're going to be making some inclination changes for sure. Okay. Yeah, I could go to seeing in the chat about the spam bots. I mean, I don't want to make it so that only subscribers can chat, but maybe that is an option. Is in order to chat, you have to be a subscriber. I might be forced to do that if just because of the spam. And that might be, what are you going to do? I still find it bizarre that people even are interested that that spam even works. Okay, we are almost in the atmosphere. So let's get ourselves set up here. Get everything down. It should be 0. There it goes. I think I'm going to lose this whole package at some point too and let it burn up in the atmosphere. Alright. And hopefully that's gotten some decent experience on these folks too. I mean, going out and orbiting the sun for a little bit. We get some level 3s out of this. Alright. So what is... we got 1 minute and 15 seconds to periapsis, and hopefully things won't get too hot. I'm leaving it up a little higher than I normally would, only because I want to keep my apoapsis up fairly high. And that really is just to facilitate a cheaper inclination change. Well, thank you, Beta Bray, thanking me for the tutorials. I'm enjoying making the new ones, the contract ones. Okay, here we go. And I'm really watching this. I might end up drawing. It's already inside Mimis's orbit. Let's drop the air brakes here for a second. Just to reduce. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to just keep the air brakes down just to reduce drag. I don't want this to come down too far. I want to keep it up pretty high so that the higher the apoapsis is, the slower the inclination change. We're already pretty much right around the moon's orbit. Oh well. Should still be pretty good. Okay. Alright, we have just reached our periapsis, sorry, so we're on our way back up again. How much science did this end up producing, by the way? Only 57.5 science from that little venture. I don't know. Oh, guess. And some experience for my Kerbals. I guess that ain't nothing. Alright, so what is... we're at 4,000 kilometers here. Hopefully our inclination change won't be too expensive. Actually, the other option I have... I never do this, but... I always neglect to do this, but you can use... roll this way a bit. You gotta be a little careful for heating, but you can affect... Oh no, I am in a retrograde orbit. I am in a retrograde orbit. That is not good. You can affect your inclination through just adjusting your attitude here a little bit. It's changing it a smidge. I'm just looking at my inclination. It's 133 degrees. Okay, that is not good. Was not paying enough attention to all that. Yeah, that's not doing anything. Oh, we're out of the atmosphere anyway. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can fix this. That was bad. That was bad. Okay, so... out of maneuver. And we want our... oh, we gotta flip it all the way around like this sort of a deal. Nope, the other way. Oh my gosh. And then some of this, and some of this, and some of this, and some of this, and some of this. What are we adding up to? 700? Oh my gosh, I don't like this. Okay, where is... here's our... there's one thing we're really got to watch. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Oh, poo. I should have been paying way more attention than I was. You know, this is mostly going to be retrograde. I don't know why I'm... Whoops, this way. Okay, this might turn into even more of an adventure than I originally planned, because it looks like to me this inclination change is more than what I bargained for. Okay, I gotta think about what I'm gonna do with this. Oh, what a dummy. Because I came in, didn't pay attention to what side of Kerbin I came down on. Because I'm stupid. Like, I am pretty darn close to getting the inclination right, but there's just... Okay. What I think I shall do is... Sorry. I am definitely going to have to change the chat settings on this. What I think I shall have to do is do whatever inclination change I can and then get... Well... I have options. I got options. Okay. This might end up becoming what this whole stream is how to deal with this situation. Okay, so first of all, these guys only have 553 meters per second, so they can't do the burn I even have in here right now. So I think my best plan is to do whatever plane change I can that I can afford. Whoops, this way. And leave them in a stable orbit. What's my periapsis at with that? That's no good. It's not far off. Okay, so here, that's 78 kilometers there. That's not quite there yet. Oh my, it's like everything I do just undoes. I'm overdoing. Okay, I'm getting very... Okay, let's... okay. I'm going to start this maneuver over again. I think I've just delete it. I want to do whatever inclination change. I'm going to have to rendezvous something with it. And I got an idea what I want to rendezvous with it. Add a maneuver. Okay. And what I'm going to... This has really got to be mostly retrograde to get this to work, to get it to flip. Nope, that's the wrong way. Having better success doing it like this than I was before. I want to do as much of an inclination change as I can and still leave myself in a stable orbit is what the plan is. Okay, what is that? 818, I think I might be just doing something like this. Let's tweak this one now. So let's get this down to about 80 kilometers. All right, so I'm getting my inclination. That's an 800 meter per second burn. Getting my inclination down to 19 degrees. It's not quite enough to rendezvous with the station, and it's going to leave them with not a lot of fuel. But then we're going to send somebody up there. Why not prograde back to the moon? Oh, that's an option. I'm seeing that. Go to the moon, see if you can use the moon. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stick with what I'm gonna do. I don't want to fart with this too much, but that's not a bad idea. Push this back out to the moon. See if you can get the moon to help flip you around. Ooh, now, okay. I'm gonna remember this 800 meter per second burn, which is how much? About 672 in the retrograde direction. Okay, I'm gonna try that. That's a really good idea there in the chat there, Beta Bray. Thank you. Or Beta Bry. If I'm going to do that, I got to get my periapsis out of the atmosphere. There may not be a convenient moon encounter, but it's not a bad idea to see if we can not use the moon to help facilitate this. Kind of wish I thought about that. Okay, let's see. So, set the moon as a target. And we'll go to that second maneuver. Push it ahead in orbit. Oh, this might take a long... Okay, whoa, that's okay. Now, when's this second... When are these going to happen? That's in 5 days. Well, that's not terrible. These guys are okay. Here's our moon encounter. Oh, for goodness sakes. Why won't you let me Oh, I am focused on the moon. Okay. This may or may not be worth it. You know what? I think I'm gonna abandon this idea. I think it's a good idea. I just don't want to spend that much time with all of that fiddling. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna again put this maneuver back here. I remember this was like negative 672. Put on all my radiation belts. And then put it back on the maneuver. Something like that. Okay. This is close enough to, I think, what I had. So this changes there. I got a periapsis 80 kilometers, nice and safe. Inclination is about 17 degrees after this. Okay, let's do this burn. And, okay, set an alarm. For the maneuver, give me a few minutes warning. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. Okay, where are we here? Okay, we're almost there. Hello there, Infinite Horizon, and welcome. Yeah, I think Doggo's mentioning the bots are unbearable. They seem to be getting worse. They seem to get better, and then they get worse. I don't quite get why this is such a problem for YouTube not to block these. So I think I will be probably changing the chat between this and the next stream so that it is subscribers only, and hopefully that will start to cut these all down. And then you get messages from people that are completely legitimate, and then they get blocked. So I don't really understand what that's about, but it's... who knows? YouTube doesn't make sense. Okay, let's just run that X-Man script again. I'm not sure. Philo's asking, do you know what happened when you gained Delta V while you were burning last time? I'm not sure of what that's exactly in reference to anymore, because I see that on so many different... I don't know. I've seen that happen because I was doing it in the atmosphere. I know that. Well, I was during an ascent, I was burning and actually gaining Delta V, but that's because the air was getting thinner and the engine was getting more efficient. So I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to, Philo. It's possible. Oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh. I was reading the chat and time warping at the same time. That is a bad plan. Seems to be okay. Being asked about space stations, and I'm like reading the chat, and I'm going, oh, well, okay. Hopefully this will still put us into something reasonable. Oh, my gosh. What visual mods that I'm using? Mostly scatter and environmental visual enhancements. The whole list of mods is down there in the description. Okay. The Kerbals are now not out of Kerbin's SOI. These guys were briefly out of Kerbin's SOI. Now they are not. Okay, please make sure my periapsis ends up outside of Kerbin's atmosphere, or else I'm in trouble. Yeah, I'm not sure, Philo. I honestly can't remember what that was in like. I tend to sort of, weird things happen, they stick in my head for a little bit, and then if I don't, you know, then they disappear. I don't keep thinking about them too much. Put this on orbital. There we go. That's better. Okay. Time warp off. What do we end? Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Inclination 17. Okay, it's good. It's good. Burns complete. That is closed. Let's... what am I trying to do? I'm trying to roll this so that I get some good solar panel exposure. Put the brakes on for these things again because it just looks better. And I got me an idea to try and... so they got 58 meters per second left. They are in a stable orbit, so that is good. And I got me an idea of how to rectify the situation, but where I need to go is, let me see here, my space station. This one. Because I have another one of these ships. I do have another one of these ships. So again, yeah. So Natalie is asking what's happening. What's happening is that I sent some Kerbals out of Kerbin's SOI and sent them back without paying attention to the inclination. And they came in retrograde around Kerbin. I have now put them in a stable orbit, but they do not have enough fuel to get home, back to the station where I need them. So I do have this ship. This is what I'm looking at. Now, there's nobody aboard here, but if I can fill this ship up, we can split some fuel. I think we can make this work. I think we can make this work. So let's, rather than building something and sending it out there, we'll send some more Kerbals out to get them. So... let's just open up TAC Fuel Balancer real quick. Look at liquid fuel. There we go. And These are the Mark Zeros, yes. So it is vessel 3 here. Boom, 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 boom. Do I have enough to fill this thing right up again? I believe I do. I most definitely do. Just filling up this central tank in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring up some Kerbals to this station. We're going to dock. We're going to get aboard here. These folks are going to make it out to where my other people are. That's why it was so important for me to get their inclination down so that these guys can get there without it's costing them too much fuel. And then we'll do some fuel transferring. There we go. And then we'll get both of them back. So a little bit of a change of plan for this stream. That wasn't what the original plan was. But it's looking like that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this thing is filled up. Well, let's do it. Let's. So I got to get back to the Space Center. And we got to get some Kerbals up here. So I did have a further plan of building some more science-y probes, but I think I'm going to have to put those on hold for a little bit because we have now turned this into a little bit of a rescue mission. So I got to get back into the space plane hangar and get my space plane. Okay, so open this up. And this is the Dart 2 W2 with 2 Dart engines and 2 Whiplash engines, and we're gonna have to send some Kerbals out there. I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, Jeb and Bill really want to go. Sure, let's send Jeb and Bill. We'll just that's it. We'll just do Jeb and Bill, and that's the whole thing. So let's launch. Yep, let's do it. Oh boy, oh boy. You are very welcome. I'm sorry, I might end up messing up your name. Dinmore Ergrim, thanking me for him. He's saying he built his first plane. Well, congratulations. Planes are not super easy nor intuitive in this game. Okay, Chase. Okay, we have got to go to... Actually, this works pretty good with just 2 of them because there's 4 in the other ship, and this thing holds 6. So worst comes to worst, I could actually get the Kerbals out of here, and rescue them that way. We can't abandon that ship if worst comes to worst. But that's not Plan A. Plan A. Oh wow, Plan A's already been thrown away, hasn't it? But Plan B. Plan B is going to be to actually get them to both come back in their own ship just to transfer a little bit of fuel. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly up to our space station here. And we're flying up. I got 2 space stations selected, so we're flying up to this one. Alright, and about there. We'll get it so it's just overhead, and then we'll launch. That should be good. And this one's in a nice equatorial orbit for us, so it really shouldn't be a big one to do this. Okay, let's go. We are off. Doesn't look like we're quite straight on the runway here, Jeb. Off here, there we go. Here. And last time I didn't do the best of ascents with this thing. I'm going to try and do a better one this time. The key is getting these whiplashes up into a higher atmosphere so that's when they really start to show their stuff, so to speak, and really start to pick up speed, is once the air is a little bit thinner. So you kind of want to get up there and do that. That was the little camera shake, I think, was the station going overhead. Jebediah is going to show us how it's done. This plane has been getting a workout. So last time I was really worried about keeping this speed, but let's just get up. I find once you get around 8 kilometers in altitude, that's when you really start seeing these whiplashes doing their thing. And last time I leveled off too early. I think that's what I did. I don't know. We'll see how this works. Oops, let's put this here so we can... Yep. Jim's got himself a nice, steady flight going here. I'm not having to do much in the way of corrections. So I'm just not worrying too much about building this speed just yet. I'm sort of letting it, but I'm getting my altitude up, and then we'll hopefully really start seeing the speed building up. Natalie is asking, what is the point of the fusion engines? If you're asking about the NERV nuclear engines, they are extremely efficient in a vacuum. That is their point. So they get a lot of work done for relatively little fuel. They have a lot of mass, so you typically don't put them on lighter vessels. You put them on heavier vessels. But nope, they're very, very efficient engines. Much more efficient than the chemical rockets. Okay, how are we doing here? We should be starting to build up. See the speed starting to build here. That's what we should be seeing. I can see it slowly starting to build, but these should actually be gaining in thrust right now, right? Yeah, the thrust is actually going up, even though the atmosphere is getting thinner. And they sort of pass a critical point in speed where these whiplashes really start doing a lot of good stuff. Alright, there we go. Now you can see it starting to build. Level a little bit lower, pitch down a little bit. I'm doing very little. I'm not doing much in the way of inputs at all. I'm just kind of letting this thing go, which is great. That's what you get when you have Jebediah piloting. Oh, look at that speed now. 650 meters per second. Going supersonic. Oh, not, we've gone supersonic. Wow, we're going hypersonic now. I don't know what exactly is the boundary between supersonic and hypersonic, but I'm going to call this hypersonic. Mach 3 in around there now. Are we? No, not yet. Got to crack about 1,000 for that. Go, getting over 900 meters per second, starting to get, let's level off just a little bit. Really start picking up some speed. Come on, Jeb. Oh boy, I'm not getting as much speed as I was hoping here. Come on. I might have to turn on those rocket engines soon. Just cracking 1,000. Okay, let's forget. Okay. Going into closed cycle mode. One of these days I'll master this thing. Pitching up and getting some altitude. I think that time I might have climbed too quick. I don't know. Okay. How are we doing for our fuel? Still got a lot, so that's good. Hypersonic is Mach 5. Thank you, David. The only David on YouTube. All right. Oh, we can start reducing our throttle here. Time to apoapsis is starting to climb. Like to keep that nearby. About 57 seconds to apoapsis. I'd like to kind of keep that sort of constant. And while we're doing this, we'll keep pitching closer to the prograde vector. Eventually I'll lock it on the prograde. I think I'll lock it on prograde now. All right. Okay, so yeah, keeping it about a minute to apoapsis, almost at 50 kilometers. I think we're doing okay. I think we are doing okay. And the reason for those people that don't know, that are new, for keeping your apoapsis close by is by burning close to your apoapsis. I'm doing that just by simply reducing my thrust. I'm putting a lot of energy into raising up my periapsis at the same time. And so that will result in just having a very small final circularization at the end of all this. I think I might just sort of let this go at this point. Periapsis is almost out of the negatives. That's the whole idea. Okay. All right, somebody is enjoying the icons. All right, where are we at here? Apoapsis is at 63 kilometers and climbing. We'll cut it at 80, and then we'll make our way, circularize, and then we'll make our way to the station. Oh, just got the camera doodle. Okay, let's put this on. There we go. Okay, let's get ourselves into space. Circularize. What do people think? I'm going to put this into the chat, and if people are watching this at a later date in YouTube, when I'm putting Kerbals into orbit, do people prefer a space plane like this, or would you prefer me just to kind of get it over with, stick them all in a rocket and fire them up there, because that will go faster? So let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments for people leaving this later. If people are getting bored of seeing this space plane all the time, I certainly understand why, and you know what, I'll stop using it and do something simpler. What version of KSP am I using? This is version 1.12.3, the most recent version. No more need to upgrade stuff anymore. We are at the end of KSP. All right. Oh, I can deploy solar panels there. Might as well do that. All right, so final insertion time. Plane with checked baggage and in-flight entertainment. The only in-flight entertainment on this flight are Bill's fart jokes. That's it. Okay, what do we got here? We got still 246 meters per second, so that's plenty for us to get ourselves to the station. Well, we are way behind the station, though. Oh, I'm catching up to myself. Don't tell me I have to pop ahead in orbit. That's annoying. Okay. Put it on there, there. Let's see. I think I have to pop in orbit. I has to pop in orbit. Let's come back now. So you actually have to go all the way around. Okay, 300 meter separation here. Burn's coming up in about 32 minutes. So let's get that done. Here, I'm just going to time warp this way. Like to see some variations so we can learn new kinds of builds. One thing I'm not doing in this stream is I'm using a lot of just the same vessels over and over again, which honestly I rather like doing. Like when I play my own games, that's sort of what I do. It's why I spend so much time goofing around in the Kerbal in the Kerbin system between Kerbin and the Moon and Minmus, because I just rather enjoy that. Okay, let's actually knock off some of the thrust on these engines. Alright, and put it on here. Going for our drift burn in 30 seconds. Let's time warp a little bit closer. Okay. Use RCS to kind of finish this off a bit. Oh. 380 meters per second, that's pretty good. We're going to be there in 17 minutes. Let's put the view back on orbital again. Okay. The thing I do have to be careful about is engine ignitions, that they don't crap out on me. Should be seeing the station coming up below us, right? Or from behind us. There it is. Jebediah and Bill are coming to the rescue. Try and reduce this approach distance a little. Oh, that's it. Eve eats spaceships. That is true. You know, and there is something else to be said. Like, I've been trying to unlock more science so that I can do something a little bit more impressive as far as Kerbals and interplanetariness goes, but I've been complaining about not unlocking science. Well, the easiest way for me to do that is probably just to go to another planet. And I probably could pull that off with the tech that I have. Something to think about. Keep putting my fingers in the wrong spots. Got a little bit of carpal tunnel happening. So I've changed the ergonomics of where my keyboard is and where my mouse is. But what that means is I often end up putting my hand back in the wrong place. Okay. I think we're going to be coming in and then doing a final sort of a push here to slow us down. Dock with the station, all aboard. the SN1. Good afternoon, Looney. How are you? Glad you made it. Okay, this is just killing off velocity here. Trying not to use too many ignitions. Look at this Jebediah. They're like a pro. Okay, that's good. All right, let's start thinking about... I think I see my docking port right there. You are the one. Oh, look at that. Didn't even have to go over there. That is the docking port I want. Open this up. And control from here. Oh, take it off of retrograde as it flies around. Okay. Okay, we got to slow down a little bit here, though, Jeb. Slowing down. Okay. And let's roll it this way. Okay. Okay, I think I have this lined up actually pretty good. You are very welcome, Geek Gamer. I'm glad those tutorials help people. This is not... It's going to be interesting when KSP 2 comes out. Because one of the things they have explicitly stated is that they want to make the game teach you stuff without you having to figure it out through the painful process of trial and error. And I can't see that as being a bad thing. So it's going to be interesting to see how much stuff KSP actually teaches to you as opposed to just hopes that you figure out. Which, let's face it, the one thing you can say about KSP 1 is it does not hold your hand. And in fact, there are very, very few space games out there that even attempt to do what KSP does in terms of realistic spaceflight. So that alone makes it spectacularly unique. Alright, Jeb, your approach is blowing my mind. It's like you've done this before. No, just don't blow it here at the last moment. Back off a bit. I really need to come kind of more sideways than anything. A little forward, I guess. Why do I use those lights? I think the answer to that's kind of obvious, isn't it? I love the lights. A spaceship just flat out can't have too many blinky lights. Alright. One of the things I'm starting to get with this station is a frame rate drop too, so that ain't great. Almost there. And... come on. There we go. Okay, everybody aboard. We don't have time to waste here. Transfer crew, Jebediah. Oh, I just EVA'd Jebediah. What a blockhead. Come on. Well, I guess he might as well go over there. Hardcore now. I just hit transfer, or hit EVA instead of transfer. That was just my own dumbness. But might as well just do it this way now. Alright, and Bill. Transfer Bill. And Bill doesn't want to target switching locked. Oh, I've never understood quite what that means. Let's try this one more time. Collect here. Transfer. Oh, there's too many bloody windows too. Transfer. Yeah. Will not let me do that. Okay, so EVA Bill. Bill's going to have to go over there old school too. Because it will not let me transfer. Whoa, 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 whoa. Had fingers in the wrong spot again. Okay, board. So we did check on liquid fuel, but I'd best make sure about things like food. This is vessel. Yes, it's this one. So in. Oh my gosh, I got so many food containers. I got so many of these little food containers. Oh wait, I'm doing the wrong. No, I'm not. I don't know where those food containers are. That should be it. Yep. And hydrogen doesn't matter. Intake, I don't know, intake air, liquid, nitrogen, nitrogen. Filling up with the nitrogen. Oh boy, that's taken a while, the nitrogen. And the ever important oxygen. In, and in. And if you're wondering how I know what vessel's what, it's all in the numbers. Once you look at a part and identify that's on this vessel, then it's number 5 for all of it. So number 5 is the SN1. Okay, rocket shielding, waste, waste atmosphere, water, water. Water container. Okay, there we go. We should be good. Okay, so that means these folks are ready to leave. We'll do a quick check before we really blow out of here. But back away. Okay, let's just look here. Everything should be full except for wastewater and ablator. I don't have any of those because those don't matter. Okay, good, good, good. Do I have reaction wheels? I do. Okay. So that's all good too. Okay, let's think about how we're going to get. That was stage 1 in this. Now stage 2. Let's get out to this fella. So the first step in this is to get the periapsis of our orbit. This is actually kind of a fun exercise. How do I get from this orbit to rendezvous with this guy in this great big elliptical orbit? Well, step 1 is going to be to get our periapsi to match up. Where the two orbits... I guess I'm not... Yeah. Okay, let me think about this. This way. Oh my gosh, I'm going the wrong way. We have to go down, dummy. Yeah, dummy. We're in a higher orbit here. There we go. That's what I meant. To get our orbit to just touch the other orbit's periapsis. Like that. Now, I should be able to adjust the timing here a little bit. So that actually my periapsis is right at their periapsis. Just like so. Is that making sense? So their periapsis is 79 kilometers. Our periapsis... Oh my gosh, there's too many. Oh, it's 82. Here, I can do it this way then. Is it 79.92 kilometers? So 7. Oops, that's too much already. Scale down here a little bit. Oh, I got to get rid of the station so that I'm... There we go. That's close enough. And playing a little bit with the timing. Should be able to get them right on top of each other. You know what? That's pretty good. That's going to work. Okay. So, when's that burn coming up? In 7 minutes. That is... Yeah. Let's just get away from the station here a little bit. Activate our engine. I'm just going to use a little bit of RCS here. Just to move a little bit in that direction so I don't have to worry about hitting the station. Shouldn't have to, but that's got its thrust limiter on full. Come on. Right up. There. Okay, and we will watch this from here. Goodbye, Kepler. Glad you were here. Okay. Okay, so just bringing our orbit down. Okay, that looks pretty good. What I should also be checking is what are the ignition situation on this. I might get Bill out. Oh, 24 ignitions. We're all good. So everything's working good. Okay, so the eventual plan will be for us to rendezvous here, but we're going to have to do a few things, including matching our inclinations. So put a maneuver here, and this is just going to go up. And I want to increase it by a fair amount. Because I'm going to need to change my inclination at some point. Where are our close encounter indicators? Okay. You can see I'm not getting that, so I'm going to hop ahead in orbit. And this is really just to get our close encounter indicators close together here. So I'm going to bring this up. up ahead another orbit. Is it going to be too far? Yeah, that's too far. So we should be able to make this work. Whoop. Oh, I see the separation there. Okay. 766 kilometers. So we need to make that as small as we can. Okay, we got a separation of 700 meters right here. This burn's coming up still in another 45 minutes. But we're also going to have to make a plane change. But the plane change will be out here. Because it'll be way cheaper to do it out here than... Okay, so... let's do a quick save. Let's get out... Not that we don't trust you, Jeb, but we're going to get out KOS here. And... yeah. Full thrust? Okay, let's just warp this way. And run our X-Man script. Okay. Yeah, this is, I created this stupid situation. And for those people that are just joining us, what created this situation was I sent these Kerbals out of Kerbin's SOI. They collected some science. And then they started coming back, and I didn't pay any attention to their return, and I ended up putting them into a retrograde orbit around Kerbin, which is a problem because in order to get down to the surface, they need to rendezvous with a station, which is in a prograde orbit. I used up the rest of their fuel to change as much of their inclination as I can and get them into something that I can potentially rendezvous with. And now Jebediah and Bill are going to go out there and give them a little bit of fuel. And if that doesn't work, we can actually get them aboard this ship and bring them down altogether. Okay, we can do a little bit of physics warping here. It's like a 2-minute burn. Okay. Jeb's like, how'd you guys get yourself into such a silly situation? Now I gotta come out and get you. I do so like that plume. That looks so good. Alright. Getting ready to end the burn here. Ooh, really low thrust there at the end. Okay. How is our intersect here? Do I need a little bit of RCS to finish? Yeah, a little bit of RCS here. $617 meters. It's nice to finish it off with RCS so you don't end up using ignitions. There's infinite ignitions on the RCS. Okay. Turn that way for our solar panel. And now comes our next maneuver. So we got ourselves a rendezvous down there, which is great, but we have a significant inclination change, and that's going to be expensive down close to Kerbin, so the better place to do it is up here. So the idea here is now to match inclination with our target, which is going to require a burn in this direction. There we go. So we're going to match inclination with our target while at... let's actually select that too. While at the same time keeping that separation distance down. So a few things happening at the same time here. So gonna do that. And a little bit of retrograde, bring it back. Oh, that's getting pretty close already. What's our inclination at? A little more on the inclination. Oh, there's so many numbers jumping around. It's not easy. There we go. Retrograde back again. Let's try doing this without the draggy drags. So again, where is that? Our inclination, 0.5 degrees. Back down. Separation distance. Might be finding these ones here. Let's look at these. And they're a little bit off because of the inclination change I made, but yeah, the inclination difference is only 0.2, but a little bit of radial should allow you to kind of tweak these back together again. Yeah, a little bit of radial that way, a little bit of prograde, again a little bit of radial, a little bit of prograde. Ooh, that's a little too much prograde. That was too much radial. I'm really down to find... I think I'll make this work. See, a 2 kilometer separation here. I think I might just have to live with that. Oh, 2. That's good. We can tweak that better. The important thing is our inclination's very, very close. We're getting a rendezvous here in how long? 2 hours only. Okay. Okay, let's do that. So again, we're going to F5 because I don't trust myself. And this time I'm going to use alarm clock. Give me a few minutes warning on this maneuver node. Okay. All right, let's get out there. Of course, we're again crossing all kinds of radiation belts. And get ourselves a little closer. Okay, and now we're going to perform this burn. 164 meters per second. And then we got an encounter speed of what down here? Only 55 meters per second, so that'll be our rendezvous. Alright, I'm not sure I'll be getting everybody back this particular episode. This again turned into more of an adventure than I anticipated, but what else is new? Jeb and Bill are having fun, though. All right. 3, 2, and 1, and go. All because of one dumb mistake. All right, so we'll close that. So here's our situation. We have a 0.2 inclination difference. We have a 2 kilometer separation coming up here, which we should be able to meet up with. That should be good. Only a 55 meter per second encounter speed. It's best, another reason why I pushed this orbit up as far as I did, it is best to have the two orbits as close as they can be before, you know, that will minimize the encounter speed. That's less of a burn I'll have to do here to match velocities. And somewhere, yeah, just get the solar panels to look okay. This way. I'm sure that's fine. Okay, so again, I don't need this. Add an alarm for our... Ooh, I guess there's two closest approaches. Let's... We have one in 1 hour and 21 minutes. And the other one's in... Oh, well, it's automatically seeing the second one. Good for you. Give me like 5 minutes warning on that. And we're going back down to Kerbin. Okay. And we should be seeing, there's our other ship right there. The sister ship to this one. Is there a way to get my KOS scripts? Yes. On my Discord, I did post a GitHub with my KOS. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just noticing I'm not pushing these closer together for whatever reason. This way? I'm looking at my intersect distance here. There, that's better. Anyway, yeah, on my Discord, I do have a GitHub, and I do have my KOS scripts there. I do have to warn people, the KOS scripts were written by me, for me, never really intended to be shared, so they aren't sort of designed to be user-friendly. But if you want them, they're there for you. There's also a lot of people on our Discord that are willing to help, too. Including a few people that are software engineers, in fact. And are better at this stuff than I am. I can absolutely be best described as a hobbyist when it comes to coding. Alright, we are about 4 minutes away. I've got my closest approach down to 190 meters, so that feels pretty good. Let's get ourselves closer. Lose a bit more velocity here. Pretty Kerbin below us. Oh, watch those ignitions, bud. Oh, I still got lots. Oh, that's the other vessel rendering there. It does work better if I don't look so much at... Well, whatever. Oh, I can start to see it. Okay, let's get in nice and close now. Coming right at them now. Oh, we're going to be spraying them with a little bit of nuclear propellant here. They don't mind. The vessel's shielded. They don't mind. Okay, so just killing off the rest of this. Getting it down about half a meter per second here. That's good. 0.3 meters per second. Okay, let's control from here. And, oh, I just realized, let's go to the other ship. They have something clogging up the works on their docking port. So we're going to get rid of this. Undock that. Get rid of you. Control from here. And you know what? In my most recent tutorial, I had so many people giving me grief for not doing things the Matt Lone way. I'm going to dock these to the Matt Lone way by selecting this docking port. And then simply, oh, I don't have the ability to lock on target, so we'll just point this way. Onto the target here. Switch back. Got junk in my way, but oh, is that already set as the target? I think it is. Sure looks like it. Okay. Control from here. Swing around. Hands in the wrong spot again. Oh, Jeb has the ability to lock on target, though. There we go. You do that, Jeb. There, now we're just heading straight at it. Might be bumping into this thing along the way. Go back to you. You need to be on this one. Okay. All right. Slipping by our garbage there. Get over there a little quicker. Yeah, Matt's method's definitely not the only way. It works great when you have fairly maneuverable ships. It doesn't work best for stations that are hard to slug around sometimes. That's why I like the whole, like... Of course, I got a little bit of a mod that helps, too. That's always a bit of an asset. With targeting mod. I don't think I have this set as a target. Nope. Okay. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Those fins at the top, I might need to think a little bit about how they're going to fit together here. That's probably going to work a little bit. I've never docked two of these together before. Okay, that should work. Okay, so there we go. We are all together. We are all docked together. Now, I do have, again, TAC fuel balancer here, which is really going to help because I am pretty sure there's a button here to just balance the fuel across everything. So this way, they'll just all, they both have the same journey ahead of them. So this way, we'll just balance all the fuel. There we go. So now they have the same amount of fuel. And we should be able to, now their destinations are slightly different. Time we got. Yeah. Turn that off. Okay. Their destinations are a little different. Well, they don't have to be, but I do have two stations, and the original destination of the SN2 was the Minmus Gateway Station, which is this one, and Jeb and Company just left the WKMS, which is my equatorial station. This one, I should probably return them both to the same one. But you know what? I think, looking at the time, that's going to have to be something that I'm going to have to leave for the next episode. So next episode, we'll try and finish off what I hoped was going to be a fairly simple mission. We'll get all of these Kerbals back home, back safely down to the surface, and then, well, we'll start thinking about where we can get more science. But in the meantime, I want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank everybody that's watching this at a later time. Have yourself a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you all again next Thursday. Bye, everybody.